So I've got 8 months to live. It's 10:15, it's Monday night. So, up early, well 7 o'clock start for me, which is early, into London, negotiating course all day, pretty good, came back. Then as I was leaving, this is around 7ish, as I was leaving, Rocco was dropped off and he was like really happy to see me, and bless him, he didn't want me to go and he was crying and screaming for me, and that was like quite a hard thing to see, really, as silly as it sounds. But you know, this is the cost of whatever you want to call whatever we're doing, entrepreneurship, being property investors and working your ass off, whatever you want to call it. This is the cost, but you want to make sure that you don't keep saying, oh, this is the cost, blah, 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 and it happens for year after year after year. There needs to be a payoff, and you know, you need to get to that critical mass where it's no longer a cost. So hopefully that'll be one day soon, and it should be, because you know, then I went straight to one of our properties. I was moving a shed, doing a fire safety test, seeing the tenants and the housemates and whatever, and you know, doing bits and bobs. And my forearm's killing. I've been exercising at the gym 3 days in a row. Forearms are on fire now, carrying heavy bits of shed and putting them away, and then moving a load of stuff out of that shed garage, and went over to other properties, put it in that garage over there, and you know, it's 10:15, and my things to do list is just growing and growing and growing and growing. I just don't have the time to do everything. It's just physically impossible working a full-time job and doing everything I'm trying to do now that I've got so much work on. So something needs to give, and hopefully it will give very, very, very soon. I'm going to try and do one more job tonight and then go to bed, because I need to get to bed about 11ish, because I'm up at 7 again. And 7's pushing it, that is pushing it. I ran to my train this morning. But the negotiating course is quite good, learning a fair bit, so that's good. Anything to add?
Yeah, I've got to stay my bit. I'm not ready yet, I was doing my hair. So today I had the first part of Talia's school appeal. I don't know if you remember from one of the previous vlogs that she didn't get into the secondary school that we had as our first choice. So today was the appeals process, and you have to, not many people understand this because the local authority don't really say it too much, because otherwise people would do a strong argument, is that the first part, if you can convince the local authority that the secondary school should open up more spaces, that they could potentially open up more spaces and therefore your child could get in on those grounds. But there was about 7 or 8, 9 maybe other families today, or parents, and no one was prepared. No one had any concrete argument, no one had any valid points to put across. It was all, they were all just asking about the process rather than actually building an argument. So I came along with copies, my notes, copies of handouts for the panel, copies of evidence for the panel, literally just tons of stuff. And the panel said to all the parents at the beginning, you know, so everyone will have their fair chance to speak, and you can put forward your case. So she said, the lady said, has anyone got any questions they want to ask the local authority? And I said, yep. So I basically went through their report. So what I got is a table with their statement, and then evidence to counteract their statement and why their figures didn't match the statement that they made. So one of their ones was that they were arguing that for technology classes they can only have classes of 24. So this was a problem, and that they couldn't go over the set PAN. I think PAN is something like pupils admissions number, which is 270 for the year. So I said, okay, well if you divide 270 by 24, it gives you 11.25 classes. And obviously you can't have 0.25 of a class, so you'd have to have 12 classes to accommodate the 270 that they deem is suitable for the year group, which means that you open up another 18 spaces. in the 12th class. So in essence, their argument of that being a factor is invalid because they, by default, create an extra 18 spaces by the way that they number the classes. So that was just one example of where I broke down their argument. But, I mean, with everything, sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. I mean, one of the panel members, she didn't listen to what I was saying, and she wasn't prepared to listen, and it's almost like when someone brings an intelligent argument to your table, if you don't quite understand it, then you meet it with they just dismiss it. So she wouldn't really give me the time of day, even though afterwards when I spoke to the deputy head of Sackville, the school, he basically said that my arguments were really strong. Even though the school have not got any basis on that they can move the criteria, it's up to the local authority and the panel. So anyway, it was a bit of a pointless thing because the panel went off, decided amongst themselves, didn't even bother coming back to deliver the verdict, and the verdict was that they weren't going to open any more spaces. So I thought that was a bit of a cop-out, really. I think probably she didn't want to come back because she knew I'd come back with an argument to counteract her verdict, but it is what it is. Tomorrow I've got the second part, which you then get the chance to put forward your individual case for your individual child, and therefore they will see whether you've got enough of an argument to create another space. But what the other parents don't realise is that had we created spaces today, it'd be much easier tomorrow for them to say, okay, we've opened 5 spaces, therefore we'll pick 5 out of the 9 of you that have turned up. Or if they decided today to allocate 9 spaces, the lady from local authority said if that had been the case, they would have given them to all the people that were present today, as opposed to the ones that are first on the waiting list. So it's a real shame that the other parents didn't come prepared, because, you know, with 9 people giving a strong argument, it would have been a better case, really. But I've done as much as I can do for part 1, for Talia's case. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's a whole different set of information I'm going to put to them. And all I can do is be prepared and hope that this woman doesn't hate me too much and actually gives me a chance. I mean, I think I'm going to go in there tomorrow and say, listen, you know I gave you a hard time yesterday, but I hope you understand it's because this really means a lot to me, and I'm taking it really seriously. You know, I came very well prepared. I turned up. I had to, not go to work. I've had to work long hours at work because obviously the appeal was on the 2 days that I work in the school that I work at, so I've had to work until 6 tonight, and same tomorrow probably. So yeah, I'm going to strengthen my argument this evening before going to bed. I've already done a bit of it, and then we'll see how tomorrow goes. So part 2 of Talia's school appeal. Today I went there. I got there 45 minutes early because I wanted to sort of, get in the zone. And obviously went in there, and it was the same panel as yesterday. The lady that I mentioned yesterday who didn't really like me, still didn't really like me. I knew as soon as I walked in. She was stone-faced, cold. I said to her that I appreciate I drove a hard argument the day before, but I hope that reflected how important it was to me. And then I said as well that... What was I going to say? Yeah, anyway. She had the same attitude today as she did yesterday. Any argument I put forward, no matter how valid, she either dismissed. She didn't even make eye contact in a lot of the cases. I think I potentially won over one of the panel. I can't remember if I've said before, but there was three people. on the panel. One of them seemed to warm to me, and yeah, I think I sort of won her over. The gentleman, I wasn't quite sure. He was a bit difficult to judge, but some of the questions that he asked me, I thought, oh no, I haven't won you over. He was basically saying, his last comment was that in exams, children with dyslexia get given allowances, which isn't technically true. They only get allowances if they qualify for them, and so that's not guaranteed that Talia would get them. And not only that, and then this other lady said, well, I think as everyone said their piece, and I said, well, can I just respond to his statement just then, because would you agree that the exam is a snapshot of the child's ability and their education? It's a very tiny representation. And really what counts is the 5 years that lead up to that point. So really, even if you get allowances, if you've made it up to, say this is a scale of knowledge, if you've made it up to this point with a standard education and you get allowances at this point, then fine. But if you've had the correct support and the correct education and you've made it to this point and you get allowances, then really you can't compare that. This has, if you can get to this point with the correct education, then being here says to me that you've not fulfilled your potential. And if that's because the school have not done their job, then that's on the fault of the school. So my whole argument was that one school was better suited to Talia than the other school. But I just feel deflated because I went well prepared on both of the days, and I really just feel like it was the luck of the draw. When you have someone who's clearly made up their mind about you, about the situation, whatever, you could give the best argument, you could deliver it in the most concise way. They're not listening. She totally didn't listen to me. She dismissed things. When I said this point, when I counteracted the gentleman's point, this lady jumped in and said, well, we could argue about this all day. I said, no, I'm counter-arguing this gentleman's point, which is the whole point of me being here. Then the local authority said that I hadn't brought any evidence from the school. And the particular lady said, oh, yes, she hasn't brought any evidence from the school. And I said, because they don't want to get involved in the appeal process. You'd be hard-pushed to find a school that does give you evidence because they do not want to get involved in the appeal process. I did ask Talia's school for evidence, and they said that they wouldn't give it to me because precisely this, they are told not to get involved in the appeals process. Talia's teacher said she would love to, but she's not allowed to. So, as I said, I just feel totally deflated by the whole thing, especially when it means so much to me, because we're talking about Talia's education and where I think she'd be best placed. And it just really pisses me off when people who don't know you, the child, are seemingly not even listening to a valid argument. They're just battening down the hatches and not listening when they have control over your child. It's just bollocks. It's just absolute bollocks. It just makes me think, when you rely on the state for anything, you're subject to their rules, their criteria. If we were talking about a private school, and I'm not championing private schools here, I'm just making an observation, but I'm pretty sure if I was offering money to get into a school, i.e. a private school, they wouldn't be turning me down unless it was totally oversubscribed, in which case I'm sure the appeals process would be more thought of, as opposed to just blanket no. I mean, I haven't got the result yet. The result comes tomorrow morning, but I'm not holding much hope for it, to be honest. All I know is that I gave it my best shot. I couldn't have done any more. although when I said to my dad that I didn't think that I was going to be successful tomorrow, he said, well, I don't know, people thought Trump wasn't going to get into the White House and he did, so I'm not quite sure what to think of my dad comparing me to Trump. But I mean, I'm probably coming across, better than what I'm feeling inside. I feel devastated that I couldn't. I mean, like I said, I don't know. The result tomorrow might surprise me, but I've all evening been thinking, oh, maybe I could have said this, or maybe I could have said that better, or I did the best I could. The local authority, when I came out, who actually, when she wasn't having to put on her professional front, was actually really nice both days. She said to me she thought I did really well, and I'm battling against her. So for her to say that, maybe says a lot, but ultimately she's not the one that decides. So, yeah, I'll update you tomorrow on the result, and hopefully it goes our way. Never say never, but if it doesn't, there's another step you can do, the ombudsman. But it just feels like, everything's a fight. Everything, when we don't have a lot of time anyway, we're so busy. If it then goes to the next stage, then I've then got to prepare something for that. And, this is endless. But ultimately, this is really important to me. It's Talia's education, and, I do whatever it takes to fight her corner. But yeah, it would just be so much more simpler if they just said yes tomorrow. So yeah, keep your fingers crossed, everyone.
It's Wednesday. It's 7:21. Handed my notice in at work yesterday. My last day is Friday. Yeah. Basically. Right, it's Wednesday. 10:48 p.m. End of the day. Bad hair. Don't care. Had a mate round to check over some HMO figures that he might be buying a house, so that's exciting. So I was just helping him out. That was good. Always good to talk property. And then I've just replied to 1 million or literally about 10 people on Spare Room, because I haven't been replying to people because I've been in London on a negotiation course. So getting that all done, I think this room's going to go super quick. We've got a £650 ensuite room left. Yeah, 10 people in like 2 days. It's going to go pretty quick, if not tonight probably. So I'm just doing that. Just put Rocco to bed, let him stay up a little bit late, just spend a bit of time with him watching a film. It's a little bit noisy, so Alicia's putting him to bed while she is doing stuff for the bookkeeper to get all our accounts all sorted out and ironed out, because it's a bit of a problem, but they're just literally starting from scratch. And yeah, so that is good. I need to send some amended paperwork to a housemate who's moving in next week, so that is good. Got a tenant moving in on Sunday. Got to do tally sandwiches and tidy the kitchen, and that'll be job done for another night. And I finish work on Friday. Yes, buzzing, literally buzzing. Pressure's on, but it's good pressure. My boss was an absolute legend, letting me leave on Friday, so I've literally done everything he asked me to do today, for my colleague who, got a good relationship, so if he needs anything while I'm gone, he can just call me up and I'll help out. Lost a deal today at work, which is absolutely gutted, but nothing I could have done on technicalities, technical issues of our data centre. So I'm gutted for the guys actually, because it would have been a good contract to have, but I've made good rapport with the people that were buying, and they're looking at getting into property, and we got onto that discussion. So I said, yeah, you've got my mobile number, so hit me up if you need anything. And they're in Essex, so not too far, so it's pretty cool. So good day all round, really good day all round. Leaving on Friday, it's mental, literally mental. So I've got 8 months to live from Friday. I can do nothing for 8 months and then I'm screwed. So I've got targets to hit, I've got clients that I need to now grow the business with and get stuff sorted and get clients on boards to not have to go back into a full-time job at the 8-month mark, which I'm super confident I'll do, because I'm so determined to make it happen. And it just will happen, because I'm going to put the effort in. I've got the game plan, and yeah, it's just about executing now. And I've already got my weeks planned out. I'm going to stick to it. Super tight schedule, buzzing. So yeah. It's 5:41. It's Thursday, the 15th of June. I am now unemployed. I have no job. I've handed in my notice. They let me go super early. Was going to be tomorrow that my last day was, but they let me take my holiday. And this is it. This is the start of building our property businesses. Full steam ahead. Buzzing. Literally buzzing. Yeah, let the show begin. It's literally midnight, so I guess it is Thursday. Been to gym tonight, and I've been sorting out tenants. So basically, I had a guy I've been speaking to from Spain who's only come in for 4 months, but maybe 6. And he wanted to take a room last night, but then I had another guy from Portugal who said he wanted it for a year and like works for EasyJet. So I was like, and he had a viewing at 9:15 this morning. So I was sort of thinking, you know, business-wise, it makes more sense going with the guy for a year, right? So at 9:15, Alicia does a viewing. The guy said he wanted it. So I said, great, you know, there's obviously a time pressure, blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah, that's fine. You know, the guy's fallen asleep. The whole day, didn't hear back from him until 6 o'clock. So my dilemma this evening was like, do I help this Spanish guy who's like left it, needs a room by Monday, or do I go long-term guy? Anyway, so the Portuguese guy then starts asking loads of questions, starts divering and davering. Turns out he wants to do a 3-month break clause in a 6-month contract, but he wants to stay for a year. And I just, my conscience was like, do you know what? I've wasted this other Spanish guy I've been speaking to for ages. I wasted a whole day in terms of like getting him through referencing. I'm going with the other guy. So then I've just spent the whole evening with a Spanish guy who doesn't have the best English, trying to explain stuff, and I've now got to meet him tomorrow, and I've sent him an invoice so he can pay me in cash for the deposits because he's got international banking obviously, and it's, I've got to bring my card reader, so I've been playing around with that. So I've basically just spent 2 hours sorting out bloody room, but I think the room's gone, so that's good at least. But trying to edit up the vlog this week, and yeah, as I said, it was my final day at work, so now I've got time to do all this sort of stuff. But even though it's 12 o'clock and I know I should be going to bed, I just want to crack on and do it because my back's against the wall. I've got to get some money in. I've got to make this business a success now, and I'm just super motivated. Like, had a really good workout earlier. Just in a really good mood. Yeah, it's been my evening. So I've been sending this guy all the contracts and bits and bobs and sorting out our other contracts that need updating and that, and it's good. I love it. Right, it's 20 to 9. It's Friday. It's my first day of working for myself, and I'm literally buzzing. Woke up buzzing, even though Rocco woke us up super early because the bin men come at like 6:30 in the morning. So he's been up since then. But I don't care, I literally am buzzing. First appointment, first thing of the day is I need to go and collect our new tenant's money in cash because he's Spanish, and I've sent him an invoice, and that's what I was doing last night. So that's at 9:30. So I'm sort of hanging around for a little bit. I've got a bit of dead time, which is not great. I'm sure I'll find something and probably edit the vlog. And then we're going to go meet a new cleaning company at 1:30 on a new property to discuss things then. So in between then, get some property work done. After that, get loads of property work done. I'm literally buzzing. This is the best feeling ever, not having to wake up with a dread of like, oh, I've got to be somewhere I don't like being at 9 o'clock, do shit I don't like doing for a company that I don't really care about because it's not my company. This is phenomenal. I'm just going to really remember this feeling every single day and just be so grateful that I've got the opportunity to do this. So yeah, really good start to the day. Sorry, do you know what? I think I've just realised that you lot have no idea why I've quit work, do you? Well, last Thursday on our mentorship session, it was our 4th one, I basically went there and I was like, I haven't done this, haven't done that, everything I was set, out of 8 things I've probably done about 2. I was like, I couldn't do this, couldn't do that, full time, you know, blah blah blah. And everyone came to the conclusion that I should just get a 20 grand loan and then live off of that, quit work, and then concentrate on building a business. So, cut a long story short, that was on a Thursday. Friday morning, I applied for a £15,000 loan. Was approved that Friday afternoon. It said up to 3 days for it to hit your account. So Tuesday morning, I think it landed in my account. Tuesday evening, handed in my notice. Thursday, last day at work. So it's been pretty quick, you know, like quick turnaround on that, like a week since making a decision. I do remember speaking to Alicia's dad about doing something very, very similar. You know, he said get $5,000 out and take 3 months off or whatever. But, you know, the loan is at 3%. It's £250 a month roughly for 5 years. It's absolutely free money, and it gives me 8 months to get clients on board, get out of the red, and just really start prospering and just following my dreams and chasing them down. And just I'm literally so buzzing. Yeah, so that's the rationale behind it. It's a calculated risk. It is. You know, it is a bit risky. But it's, yeah, like I said, calculated risk. Sometimes these things have just got to be done, I feel. It's getting to the point where I physically am just getting more and more jobs every single day, and I'm just not able to do stuff. And I feel basics are slipping by now. And so working 2 full-time jobs is just impossible. So one of them had to give, and that weren't going to be my property business. So that's the story behind it. So now, hopefully, you're going to see this journey on the vlog of what I do to get clients and the plan. And so I'll show you some plans that I've got, actually, what I did yesterday. Okay, so I've got a sales and marketing plan here. So I've got from Monday coming up, all the jobs that need doing, blah, blah, blah. And then next week and then, you know, all the way up to the end of July. I do need to actually pad it out and have a discussion with Alicia. But, you know, marketing and sales plan, bosh, done. Then I've got I've created a time schedule. So like I've packed out my days with like wake up on Monday, social media, marketing and sales, you know, at that time, operational stuff there, miscellaneous 5 o'clock onwards, because, you know, I'm going to literally work all day. So I'm going to have Monday and Tuesday while Alicia's at work, and hopefully Rocco will still be looked after by Enrique. And then I'm going to give Alicia a day, which she wouldn't normally have, and I'm going to take Rocco to the gym, put him in a creche, go for a workout, then I'll take him swimming, and after that we'll do some lunch, maybe go to the park. I'll just spend as much time with him, which will give Alicia a whole day, which, like I said, she wouldn't normally get, so she's now gained a day, and then we'll swap that next day on a Thursday. So Alicia will take over and I'll get another day, and then Friday, like today, he's in childcare, so I've put collaborative work where me and Alicia can do stuff that we need to work on stuff together, and then sort of miscellaneous in the afternoon. And then obviously Saturdays and Sundays will be exactly the same, do as much as we can on those days as well. And just, yeah, I've just got a massive things to do list. Yeah, and you know, all these jobs on here that need doing. So yeah, let the work begin. So we are just going through our sales and marketing plan and the different bits and bobs. So I'm just going to film a bit of it and what we discussed. So cold calling landlords, how we're going to get them, and then you want to build up. So that's a funnel for cold calling there. Then obviously we want a referrals funnel, and that would be from, let's say, letting agents, personal HMOs, and tradesmen. Mm-hmm. Now, the referrals then obviously go into this list as well. So you've now got these 2 funnels. Yeah. So that's getting out there, and then obviously, like, if we put networking, which we have, networking.
Well, yeah, you need to.
That then goes into referrals, which goes into there, which kind of feeds back into there. Sunday night, we need to look at the task. We need to divide tasks out by the weeks, and then every Sunday night we then need to have a little discussion on like who's going to do what task and what's the target, and then we know what we're doing then for the week. Mm-hmm. But at the moment it's just a mash of tasks, and you just sort of like, where do you start? So we are both sorting out our LinkedIn profiles, getting them all looking good. Add us on LinkedIn if you're on LinkedIn, please. Oliver Collins and Alicia Valles. It's not focusing. God. There we go. It's a beautiful day. We're here to meet the cleaners at one of our HMOs to get the contracts in place, to get that sorted, and then maybe get them to do our other gaff every week if they can do it at a good cost or not, because it's quite Well, at the moment we're doing that bi-weekly, so yeah, just at the property and discuss business on the way here. So, just over 3 months ago, I set the goal of quitting my job, and this was the deadline, which I missed by about a week, but Jesus Christ, I am not complaining. It just shows that, you know, if you put a goal down and you really sort of take, you know, do this 3 actions a day towards your goal and really plan out all the different parts of your day, it just really makes a difference. Hello everyone, it's 2 minutes to 6 on Saturday. I should have vlogged today really, but today I have literally got up, first things first, I went to the property, I did an inventory of 2 rooms, gave everywhere a little hoover, like the whole house, nice tidy, dumped everything, all the staging stuff into one of the biggest bedrooms, which I still need to do that inventory, but because all the stuff was in there I thought I'll do that before Wednesday when that tenant moves in. So yeah, I was at the property, I sprayed this like mould protector stuff on all the showers, so I spent a good couple of hours there, and then I went and smashed a gym session. I bought some pre-workout from MyProtein, and I haven't taken anything like that for like 4 years, and actually it's really good. It just gives you such a good pump. So I did an hour and a half workout because I was just really feeling it. So yeah, just came back, had a quick shower, I'm waiting for the girls to get ready, so I thought I would watch some of my mentors' videos actually, and let me show you this because I completely forgot how good these actually are. So I get given, you've got the 7-figure system, the management automation procedures, an advanced masterclass, and an elite lettings masterclass. I just watched one of the maps, so you know, you've got little short videos on how to pipeline, which is sort of like a sales funnel type thing, but for property in your deals. I just watched one on paperless check-ins, which is exactly what I do, so there's no new knowledge there. But yeah, I just forgot. We've started watching the Elite Letting Masterclass bit, some stuff on here which is relevant. Me and Alicia watched a lot of the Advanced Systems Masterclass. There's loads of good videos on, you know, yeah, as you can see, like internet marketing, personal branding, JV, business building, the fast track stuff. And you've got the 7-figure system, which I have watched most of these, apart from one, and they're just really good. So yeah, I need to get some sort of self education routine back in. But it's a pretty good start. It's a pretty good start. So now we are going. It's Alicia's brother's birthday. Alicia's brother Alex's birthday. It's his 21st today. So we're going to Guildford now for dinner. Tomorrow is obviously Father's Day. So, but we've got a housemate moving in tomorrow at 1:30. I've got a guy from Spain who's moving in as well on Monday, but I'm going to let him bring his stuff round tomorrow just to leave it there because he's got one more night in a hotel, but on Monday he's got work, so it'll be a bit difficult. So we need to go and finish, well, Enrique needs to finish drilling some toilet roll holders and stuff like that. So we're basically just going to go and put curtains up and bits and bobs. So we're basically going to go to the property tomorrow, finish off bits, do a check-in, and then I think I might see my mate who's been on holiday, might catch up with him quickly, have a quick coffee, tell him the news or discuss the news because he knows the news. Yeah, just have a quick chat, and then I think we're going to my parents for a barbecue, although that's not confirmed. Somewhere in there, got to clean my house, got to get the online shop done, or go shopping, not sure. Yeah, and Monday I'm ready. Like Friday, I think on Friday I was a little bit excited, wasn't very productive because I was just buzzing a little bit too much. So I think I've just had the weekend. I'm gonna rewrite my self journal, get a new self journal book, get the graduate edition, write down 3 goals, and really focus on doing it, because actually, yeah, it's amazing how I wrote down those things and actually have achieved it. So I think I'm going to really try and focus on it a lot more and see if I can get even more results, which yeah, it's the right time to do it. So I'll bring the camera tonight so you can see wherever we go. I don't know where we're going for dinner. Hope you're well. Thanks for watching. Yeah, see you later. happening, Sally?
We are at my uncle's, well, it's my uncle's birthday today, and we are at a restaurant.
So we need one more space, it's 9 of us here.
9 of you. Okay, yeah, we'll just-
To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alex. Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
Easy. There's only one today. Lovely stuff.
Look at it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's lovely.
There you go. There's all the important stuff.
Yeah, make sure you pay rent. There's only 2 rules.
Hey, shut up. Hey, up and shut up.
No parties. Well, we're all broken. We're here. What's Alex responsible for? The white bathroom.
Used to be white. No, it's yellow.
So messy, the camera won't focus. Well, I've got to say, I think it's better than our one. I think you need to take some notes. Fucking hell, I swear me, my mum and my dad used to have these tiles. Lovely ceiling.
Where's the hole?
I don't want to open it.
You've got anything great.
Okay.
You've got a clean.
With this
Yeah.
cafe.
You've got a hole in the ceiling.
Hey, Alice.
Lovely.
Whose is this? Who made
I can go to
Who made it?
Who's in charge of spin? It's full.
Go knock on
Go knock on the doors, yeah. Excuse me, managing agent.
Okay.
Smells of weed.
Yeah,
Your room is messy. You don't smell?
Get on a bit.
Yes, look at the setup.
It's alright. Set up. Babs Joe's. He always leaves a bloody food in it. Like none of the food's ever mine. Say it quiet.
Take a picture of this
Yeah.
because it's messy.
Come on. What the fuck? What's going on?
I scraped it with mould for the ceiling. There was a lot more mould.
Ceiling looks
This one
great.
you got to clean.
Huh?
Is this your?
Look at
Is this,
the
No, I
sink.
think I was supposed to clean one of them, but I
Look at
didn't.
the sink.
I cut the grass.
what? Do you have anyone like do inspections?
Jeez. Jeepers. Hoover. You never probably use a Hoover.
Fucking hell. It's the London to Brighton bike ride today, and I've completely forgot it was today, and I'm now massively stuck in traffic. I've got to be in Crawley in 10 minutes. The guy's already there actually as well, who are moving in. It's fine, I've let him know, but I completely forgot. So this morning, woken up, cleaned the house, done the food shop, done a Facebook post. We're going to do a Facebook post online, so just writing it all out. And organised today, so I'm now going to go move in 2 people, one of which is there already, but yeah, fine. I'm going to be meeting Alicia's mum and dad there because they're finishing off bits and bobs, and they've got another spare key. I've just realised the second housemate hasn't actually paid her money, so I'll just actually like message her because she's only there for 10 weeks. I said the deal was that she would pay the full 10 weeks up front and obviously the deposit, and she hasn't, so I've just messaged her because you shouldn't really move anyone in without them paying. Yeah, so then hopefully an out job there, come back, and then we're going to my parents' house for a barbecue later on. That's pretty much, that'll see the day out, and then later on I think I'm gonna, what I've got planned is read the YPM magazine, because I've been so busy lately I haven't read the last 2 months worth, so I'm just gonna read up, and yeah, sort of plan, get stuff in place, do a new self-journal for the next 3 months. You know, I pretty much know my goals, but just get them written down and do that a bit more religiously. So yeah, that's my Sunday.
Hey,
Bit of Grant Cardone.
Groove on. Then get your groove on, baby. Okay? Quit using excuses. If you only do it when you feel it, you'll never get it.
It's 4:10. Just got back. That took way longer than I expected. I thought we'd be back about 2 or 3. But I've just moved in 2 people, settled them all in and whatnot, and Alicia's parents were there, so we were doing other little bits and bobs, just finishing the property, like putting coat hooks up and building desks and little bits. But yeah, back now, so I just need to do the deposits, and I think that's pretty much it. I put some credits on the inventory account, do that, and then we're going to my parents for barbecue and some relaxation time, and it's definitely needed. And I've seen no sun, even though it's been sunny all weekend. Brilliant. But hopefully I'll get a little bit this afternoon if we can go now and do it quick. So I'm going to stop vlogging and do it.
Tell me.
They want to know the news. Basically, what happened, Mum, was Alicia thought of this idea, and that was to get a £15,000 loan and quit my job so that I can build the business.
My idea, was it?
That was Alicia's idea.
And how will you pay back?
How or what?
How are you going to pay the mortgage? And
We got 8 months to live until the money runs out, and I finished. My last day was Thursday.
Here we go.
What do you think, Mum?
no, I don't think it's a good idea at all. In
Why
this
not?
day and age, because it is an Oliver. In this day and age, you need to have a steady income to build a business, a property. You need to have quite a lot of property, quite a lot of income before you give up because I'm not being negative at all. What you got to think, say, if the tenants, I bet it's not true.
No, it is.
Then
I think it's a good idea because
No, I
if he has more time.
How can you build a business if you're working somewhere else full
yeah,
time?
but you need to have money coming in. Well, the thing
We've got money coming in.
At the same time, though, I
50 grand.
understand that. But at the same time, if you're having a business, like I find it be difficult just to do my dancing. That's only once a week. If you have the time to do it, and he's going to be doing it.
What
more,
time did I get here today,
you're
Mum?
going to be able
What
to
did
have more time
you
to
told
do
your
the
mum
business,
and dad,
meaning more
Alice,
money.
yeah? Not yet.
She won't do it. She's a wimp.
Yeah, because your mum and dad won't agree either.
Yeah, they will.
No, they're not.
Dad agreed.
This day and age, what would have gone? It's gone part-time. Job one day she could have done.
No, you can't go part time.
All or nothing.
Yeah.
It's a big
I
risk.
think good luck
I
to you
think
both,
it's too
and I'll
much of a
we'll
risk.
discuss this in
You're
8
too much money with the mortgage, the loan you have to
See how it
pay.
is. I think it's a
The
good
next
idea,
year you've got to
because you
start
have more
paying
time to do
auntie.
it.
Although
You
you've
never
got
have
your
time,
mum
you're
and
always
she
up
says
late.
no rush.
You have more time to be doing the business.
I
Meaning
wouldn't
the
give
more
up
time
on-
you put in, the more money you're going to get. So the more time that Ollie's going to have to be doing it.
Dad, what do you think? You don't care, do you?
I actually think good luck to you and just talk about it again in 8 months' time, sir.
Yeah.
No, but you do need to remember.
They'll be moving in here.
February.
February.
Could be moving in here, yeah.
Oh, thank you.